Hello everyone, my name is Megan Lymer and I was responsible for the Mutations in DSTYK and Dominant Urinary Tract Malformations article, which was included in Group 1. This article was fairly simple to interpret the study design as being observational. It was concluded as an observational study based on the fact that no manipulation was done to the independent variables, or in other words, there was no intervention done in the study. Another key factor in determining the study design was that randomization was not needed. Randomization is primarily used in experimental studies. We then moved on saying that the study design was analytical as opposed to descriptive. This was inferred because the goal of the study was to determine if the DSTYK gene was a major determinant of urinary tract development. Analytical studies are used to identify disease determinants, and in this case, disease determinants were found. Going on even further, it can be concluded that the study was also a case control study. Case control studies start with non-randomized diseased people and work on uncovering disease determinants from there, sort of like working backwards in time. The study took a known diseased family and performed genome-wide linkage analysis and whole exome sequencing to uncover genetic factors involved with urinary tract malformations, which were present in the family. In the study, long-term survival of participants in the prostate cancer prevention trial, which was a separate trial also included in Group 1, it was a little bit more difficult to determine the study design because the article that we read was based off the original experimental study done in the 90s. And we didn't know if it was an additional study done observing the long-term survival of the people in the previous study, which would have made it an observational study instead, or if it was still going off of the experimental study trial. The study needed to make it a little bit more clear if it was the same trial that the article was talking about or a separate study using the data and participant survival rate from the older trial to determine whether or not it was experimental or observational. So that was the biggest issue I saw with one of the major articles in Group 1. Thank you, everyone, and I hope to hear good feedback from you all.